Well, hello everybody. So this is the manual steering gearbox out of the Jeep J3000 truck. It says Ross SE55010XJ. There's also SE542992. I think there's another code. That's it right there. So Ross SE545998. I've searched high and low on the internet to see if I can find gaskets or parts or anything for the steering gearbox, and I haven't found anything. Today we're going to tear the thing down. These are the mount bolts, so they're already hand loose. The fill plug. This is the lock nut for the adjustment screw. These are 6 bolts. They hold this top on here. Inside of the cover is what I would expect it to be. That's what it looks like. Now, since I don't know if there's a gasket kit available for this thing, I was very careful taking this thing off so I can make my own gasket. That slotted washer right here had 2 of the teeth here, 2 of these prongs bent up against this nut. So I had to pound those down off of it. These 4 bolts hold the top cover on. Here's the top cover. It has that seal on it that's all buggered up I showed you. Here are the shims for that top cover. Looks like there's 5 shims on it. Various thicknesses. Now, it's on there pretty good and it's all the way to the end there. So I'm actually going to wrap this with some cloth and then turn it to get this arm down towards the middle so I can remove the gearing. It's actually driving the worm gear out. I am totally okay with that. On the top of the worm gear here, we have a race, and we have a bearing in a plastic sleeve. So my guess is in the gearbox we got a race and a bearing as well. Let's check it out. So there is a race in there, you can see it. And then it does have a ball bearing in plastic as well on the bottom. So I'll put that here. Now on the bottom of this guy, there is a washer right there, you can kind of see it, and that just fits over this bolt right there. You can see how it's like a shape of a D. Get a different set of vice grips for this.
So because this thing is stuck in there, I'm thinking that there might be like some sort of a locking washer or something inside there. So I got this little pick and I'm gonna feel around in there, see if I can find why this thing's stuck so hard.
I don't think it doesn't make any sense to have a locking washer right there, but, or some sort of something. So these really stubby little needle bearings came out when I started hitting it. Hopefully I've gathered them all. They went inside this cup. There's another set of them deeper in there. So the others came out as well, 13 of them. They're not flat, they're angled. So they have a little bit of an angle to them, and that's because this thing right here has a little angle to it as well. You can kind of see. And these things are used to hold it into place and to let it turn. And then this little point right here, this guy, he rides in the worm like that. Oh. That's how the J3000 turns. That is an old system. Got them halfway.
I don't really know what else to do other than hammer it. I mean, there's no other bolts or screws or anything, and I would imagine that that thing would just, you know,
pull out.
But obviously, there's something else going on in there that's keeping it in there. So let's go back to caveman style again and.
Well, I'm not gonna pound on that anymore tonight. It's getting dark. But I will leave it overnight in this lubricant, and we'll see how it goes. But honestly, I don't know why it's not coming out. There must be some sort of ball bearings in there that are keeping it just kind of seized, because it won't even turn either. I can kind of get it to turn, but it's not really wanting to turn that much. So my guess is it's kind of seized in there and just super tight. So we're gonna let it soak. I find that rather than hitting it as hard as I can multiple times over and over and over again, it's a lot better to just kind of let it soak in some lubricant. So that's what we're gonna do.